this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. If you're enjoying the series, drop a like on the video, that would be fantastic. Today we're starting on the page of a regen. It's Ethan Oliver. He came through the academy towards the end of the last season, but he's doing well and he came up on the progress thingy, so I thought we'd have a little look, considering the fact that, you know, he's gone from 1 star to 1.5 stars. Admittedly, his overall potential isn't a great deal more than that, but it's just nice to see. And the fact is, for a striker, looking at him more now, 11 dribbling, 10 finishing, 10 first touch, you know, 9 technique. Off the ball work rate isn't great, but he's got great determination and flair. He's pacey. He's not actually even that bad, just for pure striker stats. I'll be interested to see how he does in the under 18 Alliance League this year. I feel like he'll probably get some game time, being probably one of the better players there. He's only played 1 game so far and 1 off the bench. No goals, no assists. Quite a few dribbles though, so I guess that's kind of good, playing this style of football. So that is pleasing. Now, the game updated. It actually had updated before I played the transfer window episode yesterday, but because I don't check those kind of things, I don't go on Twitter, I didn't know it had updated. And so that might explain why we were able to be so good against Salford, because for once, it might be that the update to the game has actually improved the tactical setup that we're using. It was bound to happen eventually, wasn't it? It's every clock is broken twice a day. That's the expression. What the hell are you talking about, Matt? So my question of the day to you guys is, what do you think of the update? I have some thoughts on it, which I'll share with you in a moment, but we'll get into some other stuff first, you know, because I do think there's definitely been some improvements. A couple of things I've noticed that, but at the end of the day, if you can't criticize things that you think are wrong, it's never going to improve at the end of the day. But I do really think that we are getting very close to something pretty damn fun, and it's not just because we're playing well. On the topic of regens, in fact, starts talking off about regen, completely ignores the last line of "this is a very poor crop of players, unfortunately, gets poor regen." Shock Pikachu face. Yeah, so this is the thing. I've only done 3 youth intakes so far since FM20 came out, and I'm still thinking old school in terms of what that means. Now, before, you could get a thing that's saying there's a poor crop of players, and you'd go there and you could still find players with 5-star potential. It's just that the overall crop weren't that good. So the reason I was expecting something a bit better than we got was because it had suggested that it would singled out a specific central midfielder from Nottingham, and I thought, this, in the past, in my little tests of doing this sort of stuff, that usually means you're going to get a good player, like we do with Makis Panaki, and a few of the ones that I did when I was down at SI. So that's the reason I was a little bit disheartened by what we actually got in the end. But obviously, the scouts and whatnot that we've got are probably not as good, so they're going to be a bit more hazy with it. That's essentially where we ended up going with that. And this, I completely agree with. I feel like a lot of the frustrating things that happen on this version of the game are genuine things that happen in football, and they're only made ridiculous by the, although improved from last year, poor animations. This is particularly related to that Chesterfield goal. Obviously, again, I only get 1 chance to react, so I have to react at the time the way I do. And I look back at it and I'm like, yeah, but that stuff does happen. But like you say, it's the animation of the goalkeeper doing that weird scoop thing that makes it look ridiculous. If it was just a case that he's scrambling over and he can't quite reach it, it hits the post and then the player puts it in, it would look totally normal, something that does happen occasionally in football. But it's the animation, as you say, that makes it look worse than it actually is. And sometimes that works the other way as well, where things, because of the animations, will actually look better than they are and stuff. You know what I mean. I have the intro song stuck in my head for hours after I watch an episode. Well, we're invincible. What can I say? Right, let's get crack-a-lacking, because the first game, I've got to show you 2 of the goals, because, my lord, for 2 very different reasons. Fresh off the back of that extremely good win against Salford City, we played Exeter City away from home, and we won. We won 3-1, and honestly, it could have been more. I genuinely think that the way that the match engine's been changed, they've definitely changed the fact that players are no longer shooting from the byline as much, and that means that because of the style of football we play, we get into those positions a lot, so I feel like we're creating more chances because they're just simply putting in the right position. And the other thing that I've noticed mainly that's changed is our midfielders, despite being on short passing, are more likely to still occasionally pick out a long ball from time to time, either spreading the play or a long ball through the middle for Twaisi. And I think that in itself is actually creating more opportunities for us as well, despite the fact that I've not touched the tactic in any way. I think those are 2 changes that have really played into our hands. So that's quite nice to see. And I really do think if you can get a solid tactic down at the lower leagues, you can really bounce up through a couple of leagues back to back, as we've done before. And I'm now more confident than ever about our chances of doing this. We went 3-0 up here before Ryan Bowman got one back for them, but I need to show you both of Baldwin's goals. Sorry, no. I need to show you his first goal and then Twaisi's second goal. This is insane. Here we go. Brindley whips one in, but watch this from Baldwin. Is backing away and all of a sudden, overhead kick. Oh my god. Overhead bicycle kick from he's sliding along the ground from NCO Baldwin, makes it 1-0. When I saw that go in, I was like, there's no way that that's not a bicycle kick, because he was facing the wrong direction. The ball just pinged into the top corner. I was amazed. But then look at the second goal. Do you remember this happened just like it did in the Salford City game? Watch this goalmouth scramble. This is insane. It's just an absolute melee of players, and eventually the ball gets put over the line by Twaisi. But we had a situation just like that in the Salford game, and when it happened 2 games in a row, I was like, oh god, I hope that's not a thing that's going to be coming in. I've not seen it in any of the games since, so I think it's just pure randomness. But once again, we are so good from indirect free kicks, but once again, we can't defend them either. Because I think Ryan Bowman's goal was from a direct free kick. And then we carried on that good form. Admittedly, against Stevenage, this was quite a scrappy one. We still created some good chances. Booty was excellent. Whipped a ball in, and Dara O'Shea, this time from a corner, was able to give us a win. I think we probably still deserved it on the night, but it was a much more tight game. And Curtis Jones still played some good passes in this game. Twaisi wasn't great, neither was Baldwin. But I tell you what, right? We had Baldwin at the start of last season, and we flew out the traps. Having him again this year, I genuinely think that he is part of the reason why we're doing so well. There's something about him and the way we play that just fits perfectly. They're like, trying to think of like yin and yang, fish and chips. Friday night and binge drinking. And we then took that approach into the League Cup against Lincoln City, went behind very early on through Tyler Walker, but then we really pounced on this. Now, I decided to play a full strength team here because the board expects us to get through to the next round, and we haven't actually done that, so that's good. I think Lincoln probably played a slightly weaker side, but I wanted to make sure that we did it. We turned the game around 8 minutes later. Twaisi basically immediately equalised for us before adding a second one not long after. He's grabbed a few goals for us this year, this season. I'm really pleased with that. Booty's absolutely insane chance creation in this match, and that's the other thing. We are creating an insane amount of chances overall, even if we're not scoring them all the time. And I think one-on-ones might have been nerfed back a little bit, and I'm not entirely bothered with that if it means we see more chances, we just don't score as many of them. And last but not least, the run kept going. This is ridiculous. We went behind through Olemola, their first shot of the game, admittedly, but it's going to happen eventually. Brilliant strike from him, though, to be fair. But then, after half-time, Baldwin made it 1-1 with, I think it was a lovely header, actually, in the 48th minute. He was sensational in this match again. And once again, Sam Hughes as well. Look at this. 6 key passes from a defensive midfielder. I think another thing that's improved from us is that the players we've got. Our defence has got way stronger, and we've got a really decent ball-playing player who's just a great defender as well, sitting in that role. Curtis Jones eventually gave us the winner in the 85th minute with his first goal for the club, and we're 4 out of 4 in the league. Not the only team that's done that though, but we just look so good at the moment. We're second currently to Carlisle, who have also won 4 out of 4. Bolton up there too. Macclesfield Town, who are playing today, are, well, very much struggling. And what I would say again, we beat Stevenage, they're bottom and are winless. In fact, they've not gained a single point this year. We beat Exeter City, they're also winless. Scunthorpe down there as well. So again, it could be the case that we're just playing the poorer sides in this league. I don't really know. But also Chesterfield came up with us, and they're also having a fairly solid start to the year. Baldwin, 4 goals in 4 matches. Really, really pleased for him. 2 Man of the Match awards, best player in the league currently. Hopefully he can stay fit, because with him in that kind of form, we could be in for a real good season. I just wanted to show you what I mean about chances created. 23 chances created so far, 5 more than anybody else in the league. And that's where we're really excelling this season. Since we've got a spare moment, I thought we might as well show you the team dynamics, because we've not done this for a while. Managerial support is, of course, enormous, as is the dressing room atmosphere. Can't really complain there. And the team cohesion is very good too. Might as well show you the hierarchies as well. I love it. Regan Booty is a team leader, team captain. He is the man, and he's got a fairly loyal personality. I think we've actually got a really good group too. When you look at the social groups, there's very few players that are on the outside of things just yet. These guys are all new boys. Hopefully they'll integrate over the course of the season, and that's fine by me. And when you look at our match performance, right, this is the thing, right? Even 2-1 victories are given A+. So I take back what I said before. Well, not even take back what I said. I feel like now we've been kind of understanding a bit more about how this works, because it's counting a win away at Scunthorpe 2-1 as A+, which means it is about relativity, and that's pleasing to me. So, you know, the one against Stevenage, we probably should have done a bit better in that game, so B- makes perfect sense. So this makes a lot more sense, and they are rating us as A-. So I can't really complain about the whole club vision thing at the moment, because it is actually working delightfully well, I have to say. And I actually prefer it like this. So, slight problem is that Twaisi got injured in the last match. He played for the full game, but then he, was injured after it. It's only like a gashed leg, so he'll be fine. But it does mean we're going to have to make a change up top. And that man is Wes Thomas. It's not great, but then he did put a lot of goals in for us last year. I'm just hoping that, and you can see we're lacking a bit of fitness levels. But I think we've got a tiny bit of a break after this game, so we'll be all right to do that now. So we'll quickly reshuffle the bench. I'm going to start putting goalkeepers on the bench because we've got 7 players now, unless I see some reason not to, so that's fine. Bukalosi's probably going to go out on loan because he wants to, and I think it would help his development. But this lineup really has done the trick for us so far, particularly the front 3. Admittedly, with Thomas in there, it might not be quite so good, but Curtis Jones has done solidly. It's just a really good setup. I really like the defensive setup as well. I'm a fan, although I might bring Brindley back in today, just to give Dehaney a bit of a rest. And frankly, I'd be tempted to do it on this wing as well with McCrory, but I don't know if I really want to. I think we'll go one more game. Also, it's back again. Turns out when something, I think it's when our chief scout left, he was the one providing us with these reports, and it didn't redelegate it to the new chief scout when he came in, so that's what the issue was. I also think our system is very strong against teams who actually match us shape-wise, because those first two results where we were very dominant were both against teams who played the exact same shape. We struggled a bit more against a 4-4-2, and Lincoln, I think, played 4-4-1-1, and they're a better team, which is interesting that they played that system against us. This, I have no idea what's going to happen. Hopefully Wes Thomas will be able to do a job for us. Apparently we're the favourites for this game, and I'd say I'd probably agree with that. One other change I did make in pre-season was I went for the widest pitch configuration possible. Because we use such wide play, I know it's going to make it longer and make it more difficult for balls in behind for other teams. We might get caught out more. But I just thought that having a wider pitch would allow our wingers to get a little bit more space, and I felt it was worth it statistically. So that might be another factor in the home games, potentially. I do wonder if the lack of Twaizi up front is giving us less of a focal point, and there you go. Miles Welch-Hayes puts Macclesfield Town up in front, and yeah, we've had a lot of the ball, but done nothing with it. And I think a lot of our good opportunities came with really fast counter-attacking plays and Twaizi's dribbling ability. It's a good ball in, but as usual, we can't defend indirect free kicks. It just isn't possible, it would seem. But that kind of balances out because we score so many of them as well. If we can get an equaliser relatively soon... Oh, that's a good ball. Baldwin. He's through! And it's a great save by Neil there. Good chance again created there. Lovely ball from Fleming, and Baldwin should probably be scoring that. But remember, if we were to get promoted, we'd only need to get in the top 3 for that to happen. And chance! Whoa! Charlie Oliver hits it over the bar. Brindley. Oh, lovely work from Matt O'Reilly. He's got to find the shot, and he does, and Neil's there to make the save. Okay, I think we definitely improved towards the end of the half there. We're dominating the match in terms of possession and shots and that, but we've not managed to grind ourselves out a goal just yet. Brandon Fleming's having a good game so far. I think we need to push to be more attacking, and Booty's actually having a poor game for once. I think just upping the attacking a little bit will probably lose us some possession, but will give us a bit more of an edge to us. But I do think that without Twaizi up top, we do lack that kind of focal point over the top for those passes that we haven't had before. And should be a comfortable one for Fleming. Here we go. Curtis Jones. It's more like it. Booty, bringing it forward. We've got men overlapping now. We need a ball through for someone. And he's just not played it. Just didn't play the ball. And now they're in behind with Shepherd. Okay. Sure. And we're now 2-0 down to Macclesfield Town. I mean, I feel like the keeper should be doing better there. Booty also should have done, but why did he run past it and not get the ball? Booty should have done better initially, but I thought the keeper's got this, and oh no! God, what a way to go 2-0 down. I thought the goalkeeper should have got that, and I thought that he'd just gotten in front of him, but no, Okonkwo's kicked it right at him instead of just picking it up. What is he doing? As much as I don't want to, I'm actually tempted to try this. This is what's worked for us in the past when we've fallen so far behind in games, where we dump O'Reilly up there, then we get Mitch Rose on, and we're just going to have to be that much more attacking, because we've got no choice now. Ollie's in again. Oh my god, he's made it 3. Well, I don't know what's happening here. This is just one of those games, I think. I'd say this has been a pretty even match overall, and we're somehow 3-0 down away at Macclesfield Town. He's just hit it inside, and Ollie's just gone, you know what? I fancy a pack on that. Oh my god. Okonkwo has not covered himself in glory tonight, unfortunately. Booty's ball. And Thomas has put it in the back of the net. Right, Macclesfield 3, Notts County 1. We are back in the game? I don't really know. Regan Booty, perfect cross. And Wes Thomas doing one thing that he does do well, scoring his first goal of the season in League 2, and we're back in the match. Come on. Ever since that goal, not a single highlight. Brandon Fleming is very, very tired at the moment. I'm going to go very attacking for the final 15 minutes, see if we can't throw something at them here. Well, I mean, we're going to lose this game. And honestly, they have created the better opportunities on the night, in fairness to them. They hadn't created a lot when we went in front, but there you go. Macclesfield Town 3, Notts County 1. First defeat of the season. I can't really complain that much about it, really. We should have done better. I just don't think we look as good without Twaizi up front. He really is such a great focal point. As much as Wes Thomas scored the goal for us, Twaizi gets in behind and really stretches teams, and Thomas just doesn't do that. Baldwin's had another poor performance. He's very hit and miss at the moment. He's either brilliant or awful, and today it was very much on the camp of awful. Not a good result, but remember, we're new to this league. We're not expected to be doing much other than avoiding a relegation battle, and we won our first 4 matches, so to lose, not too bothered. I'm obviously bothered. I would have rather have won, and I thought this one was going to be one that we probably will, particularly as we've got Bolton in the next episode. But maybe the real key to... I mean, the fact is, though, we're still second in the league, even with that defeat. We're not very good... I mean, Carlisle look absolutely phenomenal this season, it'd be fair to say. They won away at Swindon, who admittedly are down towards the bottom. So not the best result for us in that game, but that's life. We're going to get results like that. Honestly, I still think there's a good chance of us getting a playoff spot this season. I know it's after only 5 games, but I think if we carry on pressing, and Chesterfield now up to 7th as well, they're having an excellent start to the year too. Both the promoted sides taking to this league like a duck to water. But I really do think it's important to keep Twaizi fit, because I think he is part of the reason we've done so well in those first few matches. The one thing I noticed mostly about this game was the sheer lack of chances created. When we created 23 chances in our first 4 league games, and we created 1 in that game. And that was a half chance. So that really does go to show, I think, how... Also their system, perhaps, as well. So, yeah, definitely some stuff to work on. But to be fair, we're doing just fine, I'd say. So next episode, you know what's coming. We're doing Bolton. We've got a couple of extra games in there as well. Yeah, because we've got Bristol Rovers in there too. We've got back-to-back games against Morecambe, so that's fun. But yeah, we travel away to Bolton, and I think they'll probably be above us going into that match, so that is going to be huge. But remember, we don't have to win the league or anything like that. We could get promoted by coming third. Honestly, the target I'm setting myself, given how well I've seen that we can play, I want to get in the playoffs this year, and I think we're capable of doing it, provided we avoid any major injuries like we got last season. Hopefully, if we can keep Twazy fit for a long period of time, I think he's got potential to score 20, 25 goals for us, providing he stays fit. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, in spite of the defeat, that's ended a really poor run. But the fact is, we don't seem to be able to get through many matches without conceding. I think we're better attacking now, but we're also conceding more goals. I'm all right with that, though. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.